All right, my Gemini friends, Michael Eschenburg here. Honest Day bringing you some honest astrology for February of 2020. All right, if you're new to the channel, check it out. Not only are we doing the monthlies here to give you a broad overview of what's happening for the month ahead, but also every single day diving deeper and deeper into these astrological aspects that bring a lot of cool insight to our day. So, what is happening for you, my Gemini friends, on February 2020? We've got a Mercury retrograde happening, okay? That doesn't happen until the 17th, okay? That happens on the 17th of February. However, it begins the shadow period, okay? Mercury enters its shadow period on the 2nd of February, okay? So it hits the 28th degree of Aquarius. Now for you, let me show you the chart. For you, whoop, there we go. Mercury is right here, right now in your 9th house. So you've been seeking out new information, seeking out new knowledge, seeking out higher knowledge, traveling maybe to get this knowledge, right? Reminding yourself, the sun here, having faith in your journey of wherever you're headed. Okay, so now Mercury is going to enter your career house. Okay, it's going to enter Pisces, but the 10th house is about career and public image. Okay, so Mercury on the 28th is going to begin its shadow period. Move forward, forward, forward. All planets are direct right now. Move forward, forward, forward. Get about 12, almost 13 degrees here. Almost connecting with Neptune, but that won't happen until April. And then it's going to begin a retrograde period. Okay, that's on the 17th. And then move all the way back to the 28th degree of Aquarius. And that will end on March 10th. Okay. So for you, it's going from this place of knowledge, seeking out new information, to saying like, look, I've got to get my career stuff in order. I have to start thinking about my future, start thinking about my public image, thinking about what I am doing and the work that I'm putting out there, right? So there's a lot of focus on work. There's a lot of focus on your career that's going to be happening this next month ahead, okay? So again, from the 2nd to the 17th, though the retrograde hasn't started, it's important to start paying attention to what's going on in our lives during that time, because it's going to be an area that's revisited come March 10th when Mercury ends its retrograde cycle and begins to move forward again, okay? So it's going to hit that spot 3 times this year. So it's going to go back, so the 2nd to the 17th, move forward. From the 17th to the 10th, moving back. From March 10th, again, it's moving over that same area 3 times. So what Mercury is saying at this point in time is it needs you to learn these lessons about career. It needs you to learn the lessons about what you're bringing to the table. It needs you to learn the lessons on how you're applying yourself in the career space, how you are presenting yourself. This is again about public image. Are we wearing our, like a nice suit and tie to work? Do we need a suit and tie to work? Are we clean shaven? Are we doing our hair? Or how, it's just like all those like little things, but at the same time, it's viewed, it's looked at. How do people see you? There's going to be a sense of rediscovering that right now as this Mercury retrograde is going to happen over the next, this period over the next 2 months, from March till April, or from February to March. Excuse me. Then we've got on the 7th, okay, Venus, our planet of love, wants, and desires, is going to be moving out of, where's Venus at? There she is. Venus is in your 10th house right now with Neptune, right? So this is all about, Neptune is up here in your career house as well, saying like expansion, expand beyond what we know is possible. Whatever's going on in your life, you can create a bigger, better opportunity. This Pluto septile here, this fate-like energy that's going to be happening the entire month from your place of shared resources and to your career. Okay, shared resources, career, shared resources, career. How can these two work together to create a more bountiful, beautiful way of living in the place and sense of your career? How can you move forward and get better ground underneath your feet? What do you need to tap into intuitively to make that happen? And Venus is up there as well, saying my love, want, and desire in my 10th house. I love, want, and desire and choose, to move forward with my career. I'm going to, feel what I need to feel. So on the 7th, Venus is going to enter Aries. Okay, so our planet of love, want, and desire is going to enter your 11th house of community. Okay, so it's like going from a place of thinking about me, thinking about myself, thinking about my career, thinking about my image, thinking about to I'm, feeling the community. It's a want and a desire and a need to get out. Okay, so my Gemini friends can be, stuck in this place right now. Can be stuck being slightly limited, right? And Gemini it's an air sign. It's the first air sign of the zodiac. So it's like it wants to, the Gemini twins. It's like the fastest moving planet in the solar system. Okay, extremely fast moving planet, wants to jump around here, and here. And there's this winter depression going on, and these things. It's just like, oh, I'm just kind of staying home. I'm staying, focused on me and myself and my things. And then Venus moving out there is just like, I really desire being with the community. I desire being social. I desire this, regardless if I'm with a partner or not with a partner, whatever's going on in our sense of love. There is a certain need and want to get out of the house and be social and active during this month. Okay, and on 3rd, Venus is going to meet up with Chiron, and that's about healing. Healing this sense of self, like where maybe we don't fit in, whatever that is. Maybe we don't fit in with a certain crowd. Maybe we don't fit in over here. But it's like you're a Gemini. You have the ability to communicate and gab like no one else in the zodiac. You have the ability to communicate and to open up and to bring information from both sides of the fence, which is really quite lovely. So there's a bit of healing that's going on in the top of the month for you. That's just like, well, wherever I've been in the community that maybe has seemed closed off or maybe has seemed harsh in the past, or maybe, I put myself out there to try to, gain a significant other, or again, maybe you're with a partner as well. But this is like a sense of healing that and needing and wanting to get out and to explore and do more things in the social community. Or as well, it can be, I need to host social community events that resonate with what I love in my life. Maybe I can't find the social event that's going on outside, out there, so maybe I'm the one that's got to create it with my Gemini wits and my charming abilities and gift of gab, right? So that's going to happen on the 7th. And then on the 9th and 10th is when, it's connecting with Chiron. So there's this great sense of healing that's going on in that area of your life, which is really awesome. Now on the 9th as well, there's a full moon in the sign of Leo. This is going to happen in your 3rd house, okay? So as Gemini kind of rules the 3rd house, which is about information, okay? It's about all the information, not leaving any information out. So you got this full moon in the sign of Leo in the 3rd house. So one, this is about reminding yourself of your strength, of your leadership abilities, and reminding yourself to be able to communicate. We have to be able to communicate. It's very important going on right now that sometimes when there's communication, when there's frustration, like we're always as human beings going to be solving issues. That will never cease to exist. Once we've solved an issue over here, we got rid of riding horses and we moved on to the automobile. Problem solved. Until 100 years later, we realize we've used half of the world's fossil fuels in 100 years that have taken 3 billion years or whatever to create. Solving this problem has led to a new problem. Now we had to get electric cars, and the electric cars and those batteries are taking up energy, so it's just like there's always going to be a problem to solve. Okay, and it's saying yes, that I can be present and be here while solving issues, because not every disagreement is an argument. Not every disagreement has to lead to frustration, anger, or the flightiness of running away. So this is reminding us of our backbone, reminding us of our strength and our courage and our leaderships as Gemini, as this ruler of information, that we can stand face to face, okay, have a conversation that might be difficult, but leads to our growth. It's an emotional need that's going on right now to not run away from these conversations, because we're always, it's just like we run away enough, that's what's going to happen. We're going to hide out. And we're not going to be able to open up and express ourselves. And that's what the Gemini energy is all about. It's about expressing. It's just like, oh, I've learned all this knowledge in life. And it's just like, I want to express it. But by having a conversation that's difficult and running away, we shroud out and hide out. And now I don't want to be a part of anything. And that's why Venus is there connecting with Chiron, saying, hey, the community is important. It's important for you to put yourself out there. And maybe you disagree with somebody. Maybe somebody disagrees with you, which is going to happen inevitably throughout our lives, right? And it's saying like, yeah, I can still put myself out there. I can still, maybe going to the board community meeting, and even if I'm the lonely person that has something to say, if I'm the only one that's willing to speak up, to speak this truth, right? Leo, speaking truth right now in the third house. Moon, I need to speak truth. Okay, so even again, if it's a disagreement, we're able to find the courage to speak that truth, to get whatever out that needs to be out there, and not having the fear to go run and hide. Very, very powerful aspect and connection for you in February right there. That's on the 9th. Then on the 16th, Mars enters Capricorn. Okay, this is exciting because it takes about 2 years for Mars to get around the sun. Okay, so it only enters Capricorn once about every 2 years, and it's exalted in the sign of Capricorn, meaning it's its favorite place to be. Right now, Venus is in Pisces for another, week and a half, whatever, and then exalted. It's a favorite place to be in the zodiac. It's where it's taking on a second energy that's just like, yes, this is my jam. This is my stuff right here. So Mars is our planet of action. It's our planet of desires, and we're going to move forward to achieving. It is the hand grasping, whatever it is. Venus is love, want, and desire. I love, want, and desire this, and now I take action and I grab it, or I put one foot in front of another and make it happen. So Mars, planet of action, entering Capricorn, which is about business, about getting stuff done. There's nothing that stops the goat from getting to the top of the mountain, right? So inevitably, we have a huge sense of passion and drive to get to the top of the mountain, to achieve whatever work is coming our way. And for you, this is going to be happening in your 8th house of shared resources. So there is a sense of, yes, I'm going to seek out something of where mine and yours combine together, okay? Although this doesn't rule moving, but it could certainly be a sense of moving. Maybe it's more advantageous to live with this group in this bunker, into this whatever, like this community house or this shared space, because of the individuals around you might be better. Or if it's like, hey, I've got to, take my investment here. I do this as a job, I do this as an individual, and you do this as an individual, maybe it's a marketing manager and a photographer, so it's like linking up with those people. Or maybe it's a business finding a marketing manager, or a business finding a new front of the house representative, or maybe you're the representative that's seeking that front of the house for you, or the business for you to represent. So this is about, again, those shared resources coming together. So how can I take what's mine and take what's yours and then grow upon that? And that's where Jupiter's at right now, saying expansion. That's where Pluto's at right now, saying transformation. That's where Saturn's at right now, saying discipline. Okay, and that's where Mars is going to be, saying action. So taking action and seeking out whatever it is for you to be able to grow and take what's yours and what's someone else's and flourish together. Okay, so that's on the 16th. On the 19th, the sun's going to move out of Pisces here in your 9th house. Okay, sun's moving out of Aquarius in your 9th house. Okay, so this is about seeking information. Okay, for you, this is a futuristic way of gaining knowledge for yourself. Okay, futuristic way of looking and obtaining, different knowledge out there, different resources out there. Okay, and then moving into your 10th house. So when the sun enters your 10th house, again, this is about shining your light on your career. Okay, and then Mercury's going to be over there as well during this retrograde cycle. So it's like ego and self-expression come into the place of career and public image. How am I applying myself? Am I sitting down, am I sitting down waiting for the phone to ring, or am I taking action to get there? Am I sitting and waiting for someone to acknowledge me and my skills and my talents, or am I seeking out and am I going to make things happen for myself, right? Which is the most important thing to do, is putting yourself out there, being presentable to the world. Yeah. All right. Then we have on the 23rd, we have a new moon in Pisces, okay? Also in your 10th house. So there's a new beginning for work. There's a new beginning for your career. And again, it takes that Mars action-oriented attitude. And in your 8th house of shared resources, again, saying like, look, I have to recognize what are my abilities, what are my strengths, maybe what are my weaknesses, definitely what are my weaknesses, and saying, look, you have the strengths of my weaknesses. And together we can create. We can create, The artist needs the pen, the pad. The artist needs the paint and the canvas. The director needs the star of the show. The talent, the star of the show needs a director. This is all a play and a dance, right? And the Gemini, that's what it wants to do. It wants to bounce around, grab as much information as possible, and then share that information. So that is the month of February for you in a nutshell. All right, very powerful, a lot of growth, a lot of change going on, a lot focused again on your career, a lot focused on your community as well, about putting yourself out there, about being strong and being able to handle a conversation. And again, that's reflecting on your career as well, to be able to have, because we're gonna find places in the shared house of public resources or shared resources and of public image and in the community, okay? We're in the 8th, the 10th, and the 11th, we're gonna find places of disagreement. And we have to be able to not always reflect that back, right? We have to be able to absorb whatever kernel of truth is being offered to us and sit there and take it without a need to respond so quickly. The Gemini, we got a sharp tongue, right? We got a fast thinking, so we're quick to respond sometimes, quick to get agitated or annoyed at times, So this is like finding that strength and that ability within ourselves to work through those parts of ourselves that want to just say, done, and walking away, and being present to be able to handle the challenges and move beyond and expand beyond. Yeah. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. Again, if you're new to the channel, check out the dailies, diving deeper into all these aspects as the month continues. Thank you so much, my Gemini friends. Have a happy February ahead.